Hey guys, today I want to talk about the fact that we have to stop giving our power away, right? You have to stop giving your power away to people who want your power. Because in this world that we live in, there are people that would want to control you, that would want to have a say in your life, and that would want to take your power away. But the thing about it is that you have so much power that it should be directed to yourself. It should be directed to your loved ones. It should be directed to your growth and development, not to people who just want to take away from you so that you are depleted and you can't actually achieve your purpose and get to where you want to get to. So let's talk about it. I'm actually going to talk about 3 points that are major in how we give our power away, because today it's gotta stop, and forever it's gotta stop. So the first way we give our power is by not knowing who we are, all right? Our Father said we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, He gives us the power. It comes from within. Nobody can give us power, because I don't know if you've heard the saying, if somebody puts you up on a pedestal, they are the same people that can knock you down again. So you don't need anybody to tell you how great you are. You already know. You don't need somebody to tell you how smart you are, or how, dedicated you are, or how hardworking you are, or how inspiring you are. You don't need anybody to tell you, because you should know yourself. And this is where the first point of self-awareness, right? Every day you have to be speaking good things into your life and reminding yourself of who you are, right? There are so many Psalms in the Bible which tell you who you are. One of my favorites is Psalm 139. Just go and check that out. And it will tell you the fact that God knew you when you were in your mother's womb. He knew you before you were even born. He knew your capabilities and how great you were going to be. So therefore, if God knows who you are, who cares what everyone else thinks? You should know who you are as well, right? A lot of the time we want to listen to what other people say about us. Oh, you're not good enough because of the color of your skin, or because of what you do, or because of all these external factors that they try and put on top of you to make you feel like you're not good enough, when actually it's from within, and actually you are good enough. So when you are self-aware, you will know that what the external has to offer is nothing like what my internal has to offer. When I pray, when I connect to God, when I read my Bible, when I know who I was made to be, nothing on the outside can tell me different, okay? So stop giving your power away to people who want to project onto you, people who want to tell you who you are, because you know who you are. And if you don't, you need to start figuring it out. You need to start looking at what your strengths are, your weaknesses are. You need to think about what you love, what you don't love. You need to have boundaries where you know what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. Because if you don't know yourself, you cannot then, really hold your power, because somebody can say something and it will literally affect you. You have to be so strong-minded that people's stupid opinions don't affect you, because people will always have an opinion no matter what you do. I'm sure you've heard this as well. If you choose this decision on the right, someone will say something. If you choose this decision on the left, somebody will say something. And so you have to choose the decision that is best for you, that will push you forward, and that is all that matters. A major way we lose our power is when we allow toxicity into our lives. Because let me tell you, there's toxic people everywhere. And you have to have strong boundaries in order to protect your energy and protect your power and protect yourself. Because people will take as much as you give, right? And so if you know what your limits are, and if you know what you're not going to deal with, right? If you know that you're not going to deal with somebody who's just going to make you feel less than, who's going to talk negatively, don't deal with it. If you know that you're not going to want to speak to a friend who just wants to literally dump all their issues and negativity onto you in a phone call, don't do it. If you know that if you go around a certain person and you don't feel well, your energy is drained, all this kind of stuff, don't go around that person. You can love people from a distance, but then also you've got to think that who comes first? You do. You've got to fill your cup up in order to be able to give to others, right? So if somebody is around you and constantly draining you, how are you going to be filling up your cup? So once you filled up your cup, you then decide where you want your power and energy to go, right? You don't just give it to anyone and everyone, because your energy is so important and it's actually so valuable as well. And you know, a lot of people act like you're not important in their lives and all this kind of stuff. As soon as you take a step back and you're not in their lives, it affects them a lot. And so know the power that you hold, because people will make you feel like you don't have any. But actually, as soon as you remove your energy and your power, we will see what happens after that. Last major point that we give our power away by is just not being intentional. We were not put on this earth randomly. Everything is intentional, okay? Our God works in mysterious ways, and everything he does is for a purpose, okay? And so if you're here, it's for a purpose, and it's because you have a purpose. And so how do we walk in alignment in our purpose? You have to be intentional about your purpose. You have to be intentional about every single aspect of your life. Yes, it's a scary thing, because it's almost like you are now taking control, taking your power back to move your life forward. But the truth is that you can start small. Being intentional is about so many things. It's about so many areas of your life. And one way of being intentional that I love a lot is planning, sitting down and thinking about areas of your life and how you feel about them and how you want to move in those areas. It is so important. Can I also add that stop sharing what you're doing in your life with other people who don't actually care. They just want to know so that they can either be positive or negative towards you, or just take part of your power by knowing, because people want to sabotage as well, right? And there's no point in telling people, because once you've told someone as well, it's almost like a reward in itself, right? I'm going to do this, but you haven't actually taken any action, right? So take action as opposed to just telling people what you're going to do, okay? Another form of intentionality is just facing your fears and knowing that you can overcome them no matter what they are. Do not be afraid. Make sure you have goals that you're trying to reach. Make sure that you have a vision for your life, because with that, it can actually come into reality. You will actually start taking the action that you need in order to gain that vision and those goals that you have for yourself, okay? Stop expecting things to be perfect, because they're never going to be perfect. And actually, we're not here to live a perfect life, okay? We are here to move forward daily, baby steps, making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. The last thing I will say to you is that you don't need to get permission from anyone to move your life forward and to do great things, okay? God has already given you the permission because you're here. And that's another thing. People take our power because it's almost like we feel like we need to answer to people. You don't. You could ask the questions, ask the hard questions. So you put people in that spot of having to respond to why they've done something or treated you in a particular way, okay? Call out people when you need to, because you need to stand up for yourself as well. Wait for people to give power back to you and all this kind of stuff. Reclaim your power, control your power, take your power, keep your power, use your power for yourself, your close ones, your loved ones, and move forward. Do not give your power to people that firstly will not appreciate it, that will take advantage of it, and that just want it for the sake of it, okay? Fill your cups up, look after yourself, love yourself, be as amazing as you can be, and I think most importantly, just appreciate who God made you to be. You are a masterpiece, and I am so in love with myself. I hope you are too. Have a great day.